Hello everyone! Our group has been growing. We have a lot of new members. First of all, welcome to our bacteriophage hidradenitis group. In this group, we are talking about the topic of phage therapy. And I know a lot of you guys are new here. Many of you guys never heard of phage therapy before. So I thought I would do a little video explaining what this therapy is all about. So the most interesting part about phage therapy is that it's a reclaimed way of medicine. So a little over 100 years ago, phage therapy was discovered by a French scientist. His name was Durel. And he discovered phages and that they had the power of fighting infections and inflammations. And first of all, they used that especially during wars with military personnel. So when they would have wounds or infected wounds, they would treat them with bacteriophages. At the same time, in that period, antibiotics were discovered. And the Western medicine found out that one antibiotic works on many different kinds of bacteria, where a bacteriophage only works on one certain type of bacteria. So you would need way more phages for treating one person than you would need antibiotics. So the Western medicine decided to put all their research into different kinds of antibiotics, which was absolutely a logical way of thinking, because they had no idea that you could get resistant for antibiotics. They had no idea that you could get allergies for antibiotics. So it was a absolutely logical way of thinking that they should start researching that. So in Georgia, where the Eliava clinic is, in their capital city Tbilisi, they were behind the Iron Curtain because it's a former Soviet country. They did not have the access or the means to like antibiotics. They did not have the facilities to make antibiotics. And because of the Iron Curtain, they could not get their hands on antibiotics from other countries. So they decided to start an institute called the Eliava Institute, and they decided to start researching bacteriophages so they would have something to help with infections. And this is why they have been doing this for 100 years. And they did many studies there on many different kinds of things, including hidradenitis. And this is now the place that has the most, the most advanced phage bank in the world. So, what is a phage? Well, a phage actually is a little virus. And most of the times when people hear virus, they are like, are you crazy that you want to take a virus? Well, you have different kinds of viruses. You have a virus, for example, a flu virus that attacks your body, and then your immune system responds to that. But you also have viruses that only attack bacteria. So, for instance, when you look at a sewer, there are loads of bacteria in there, we know that. But there are also loads of bacteriophages in there. And everybody, living beings, animals, humans, have bacteriophages inside of their body. Mostly on places where the most bacteria are. For example, on the skin or in the intestines. So these bacteria that are there, then you most likely find phages as well. So they actually get phages out of sewers, they get them out of lakes, out of toilets, all kinds of places. There where they find bacteria, they know there are also bacteriophages. And then they go back to the lab, they culture these phages, they feed them with a lot of bacteria, so they can use them, and they clean them in special machines, and then they use them in preparations to give to humans in all different kinds of ways. So what does a phage do? So for example, you have a bacteria somewhere on your body. Well, everybody has bacteria. We know that. The skin flora contains good, bad bacteria. The intestines contain good and bad bacteria. A phage has bacteria as a food. And also the bacteria is for them a part to reproduce. So what a phage does is it has a bacteria of their liking. For example, you have phages for Staphylococcus aureus, which is also known as MRSA, which is a Staphylococcus aureus, which is multi-resistant, not resistant to most antibiotics or no antibiotics at all. Also called a superbug. So for example, you have a Staphylococcus aureus in your wounds or somewhere on your body creating a problem. Then if you take phages, what a phage does, it finds only the Staphylococcus aureus, because that's his liking. Just a sec. Jade, kun je stoppen? Only the bacteria. Kun je even stil? Only the Staphylococcus aureus bacteria. Then a bacteria looks a little bit like this. It's a bit like a jelly bean or like a stretched egg. And what a bacteriophage does, and bacteriophages are extremely small. You can only see them with very advanced microscopes. What it does is it lands on top of the bacteria, and it looks a little bit like a little robot bug under a microscope. And what it does is it injects its tail inside the bacteria, and then it spreads its DNA inside the bacteria. And then inside the bacteria, it creates more phages, a little bit like baby phages, up until that the bacteria is completely full with little baby phages. That's a little bit a way to explain it. And then when the bacteria is full, those baby phages, they release an enzyme, also called endolysin, which makes the bacteria burst open and die. And then all those little phages go on, again, find the Staphylococcus aureus bacteria again, and then the same process happens over and over again. So you have many different kinds of bacteria and you have many different kinds of phages. And the Eliava has a phage bank of over 2,000 different kinds of phages, who all have their own likings of which kinds of bacteria. They created a few commercial phages, which are actually cocktails. And in these cocktails you have phages for different kinds of bacteria, which are the most common bacteria that are causing problems with humans. And they can apply these phages in any kind of way. So most people who get the phages from the Eliava, they get the oral version, which is a liquid bottle that you have to drink once, twice, 3, sometimes 4 times a day, depending per person, depending per what you are experiencing in your body and what problems you have. They also have creams, so they have the same kind of phages, but then they put them in a cream form. They also sometimes inject them or soak the skin in the phages. And they also have suppositories, also named Z pills. So they have all kinds of forms how they apply the phages. And what they want is they want to tackle the problem from every angle. So for example, hidradenitis, most of the time you will get an oral version as well as a cream. So they treat it from the outside but also from the inside. And a phage is a very interesting little virus. It's not only killing bacteria. And recent studies from 2018 from the United States also said that it might be a possibility in treating autoimmune diseases in the future. And I'm going to explain to you why. So a bacteria is needed for a phage to live and to reproduce. But other than that, a phage has more capabilities of treating diseases, because as soon as a phage is like happy and having food and stuff, it also works together with your hyperactive immune system. So hidradenitis patients have a hyperactive immune system because it's a way of attacking your own body, creating inflammations where there are no inflammations needed. So a phage has the power of reducing inflammation, and not like turmeric or other kinds of products. It's really reducing inflammation by modulating your immune system back to normal. So it works together with the body instead of against the body like many other drugs do. And this is a very, very interesting part of the bacteriophage, which makes it a possibility for many kinds of diseases and a chronic way of treating them. So it also restores your microbiome. Your microbiome is actually the balance between your good and your bad bacteria on multiple places in your body. And the bacteriophages only attack those specific kind of bacteria. So they leave the good bacteria alone, which makes the microbiome able to rebalance again. And we know that if you have a good microbiome, especially in your gut, that your immune system is also on a better level and functioning better in a more healthy way, keeping your body in balance. So this is also something that it does. And with all these things combined, like killing bacteria, restoring the microbiome, modulating your immune system, and working as an anti-inflammatory product, this is what makes phages completely interesting for a disease like Hidradenitis Suppurativa. And they know this in the Eliava because they have been treating hidradenitis for many years now with many success stories. And now we created this group because there are already a lot of people getting this treatment via the Eliava clinic and having amazing results. And now we want to take this a step further. So we created a team with people from all around the world who use bacteriophages for hidradenitis, as well as important people in the HS community with connections, because we want to get trials started. Because as soon as we have trials, as soon as we have this effect on paper, then FDA or European Union can say, okay, we have to make this drug available for every HS patient in the world. And this is what we are fighting for now. But what we need for this is to have people that already tried treatments, so we can show people that there's a need for bacteriophage treatment for HS. We need people to show their results. We need people to show what is going on. We need to get the right context for everybody. This is my daughter. This is Jade. Say hi. Hi. Oh, she made a drawing. So we need to make people have a buzz about this, because we need researchers, we need doctors, we need patients, scientists to get involved on getting these trials. We need to get people involved to get this trial started. We need to get hidradenitis patients trying this treatment via the Eliava more and more, so we have more and more results on paper and showing the need that we need a treatment like this. Because as you know, there are many treatments for HS that are not really for HS. For example, many people get loads of antibiotics. We get prednisone, we get Accutane, we get all kinds of different things. And with example of Humira, which is now a specified treatment for HS, we don't have much options, and doctors really don't know what to do. And most of these drugs that they are prescribing have serious side effects and serious risks. For example, antibiotic resistance with antibiotics. They are destroying our microbiome, which leaves our skin and our gut like almost in a coma state, which makes it less and less able to fight things like hidradenitis. So it's very, very extremely important to have this drug, has this kind of therapy and this kind of medicine under the attention of doctors, because it doesn't have any side effects. It's a natural organism that is already everywhere and already inside your body. It doesn't do any negative things to your body. It just makes your body work as it should be. It makes your body stop having these like inflammations that are not supposed to be there. Only it does it in a non-invasive way. So Humira works for a lot of people. It also works badly for a lot of people because it has loads of side effects. And it's good that it's there because many people need it. But we also need something like this with less side effects, with less invasive therapy, with less pain, because I know Humira hurts a lot. People get like a lot of pain during the injections. And this treatment with bacteriophages is painless because you drink it and you put creams on and that's it. So, and it's a very personal, this is also very important, it's a very personal way of treating hidradenitis. And as we know, this is a personal disease. Everybody has different kinds of spots, different kinds of triggers, different kinds. It's extremely personal. So with phages, because they adapted very well to each and every person. Every time during the treatment they are reviewing what is going on. Do we need more phages? Do we need other phages? What is the body doing? Because it's a very personal approach. It is a very good way to tackle this disease as symptoms. What it's not, because that's very important to mention as well, it's not a cure. It doesn't stop the base of the reaction which creates hidradenitis. It suppresses it, just like a Humira can, or sometimes an antibiotic can, or other products can. But it's not a cure. But at least it's a step forward in having a safe treatment without high risks and without many side effects that also can make your life terrible, just like this disease can make your life terrible. So this is a little bit of an explanation on how phages work and what they are. If you need more information, please ask us, because we are happy to answer any questions. We also try to share as much of the information that we can. Researchers, make different kinds of videos about it. Again, this is a medical treatment. It's not alternative medicine. It's not a holistic approach. This is science. So it's not something that we sell or that we, it's truly what doctors and scientists are also already working on. So it's actually something new for the Western community or the Western medicine, but not for the medicine in Georgia. Poland is also a country where they use more bacteriophages, and in Russia as well. So it's just science. It's a medical treatment, so don't seek it without any help of a phage specialist and a doctor, because the people in the Eliava, they are doctors. They know all about their specialties, and they also know about phages, so it's something extra that they do. So it's very important to do this with doctors. It's not something that you should do on your own, and that's very important to mention because it's medicine. So yeah, well, if you have any questions, let us know. Post them in the group and we'll be happy to provide you with all the information that there is. If you don't know the answers, we can also contact the Eliava for you and ask the questions, or contact scientists around the world and ask the questions about the bacterial phage treatment. So I hope this video helps. Let us know if you are seeking treatment. Please put on your progress and everything in this group, so we have all the information together to show people how important phage therapy is for HS patients. So I'm wishing you all a lovely day, evening or morning where you are, and otherwise a lovely night. And well, till the next video. Bye guys!